thing is as well, you need to be able to. You need to know what you don't know. That's the most powerful thing.
Yeah, that's true, man.
You need to know what you
Know your
don't.
skill set, bro.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to the actual clip about him telling the issues he had with Fyre Fest.
Prove that I was actually here on this island with nobody, and I just wanted to share that with the world.
So what were the
the idea?
Yeah.
All this way to invite everybody who believes that you're. And I had a high school friend with me there one weekend, and he's like, "Dude, no one believes that you're doing this. Like, this is incredible." And we said that the best way to invite everybody would be to do a festival. So like the world's worst idea,
Yeah.
all this came from like almost like this insecurity to prove that I was actually here on this island with nobody, and I just wanted to share that with the world.
So what were the first steps when you're like, yo, I'm gonna have this music festival here?
Yeah.
What did you go do initially? Like, how did that start?
So like just like me
putting
at the
together.
time, I was 24 and I knew how to build websites. So it's like I can build a website in a week. If it doesn't work, no one cares, right? Like the idea flops and no one gets hurt. So I applied that same like tech logic to trying to build a city in the middle of nowhere. And it was just so stupid. It just didn't work.
Yeah, because involving people obviously makes it a much different situation.
I just didn't know how to like extrapolate like, okay, a website, the user can't log in, no one's hurt. Whereas like, hey, now I'm trying to house thousands of people in the middle of nowhere for 3 or 4 days. It's just different.
So like I said,
What do you think about that?
About the fact that he got in, so he underestimated the plan, the amount of work.
Yep.
Well, I think
Process, actually, not the work, the process actually.
yeah. Well, the process, the work, semantics, but I think that I think that does show a certain level of greed. Because you see that you have the chance to get money. It's basically when you're blinded by the money. So you're so focused on the opportunity, getting the money, promoting something without having a plan. And instead of postponing it or doing something when it was in an earlier stage, you just kept on going because you wanted the money. I think it shows a certain level of greed. Sometimes you need to be patient, but getting money, you need to build it. You need to work for your money, but you need to build it patiently. There's no point in getting money and losing it, 6 months later, or being in debt. That's even worse.
From my perspective, I think if you listen to him, it tells a lot of tales about inexperience, and also probably greed as well, hubris, inexperience, not knowing actually what you're doing, but that's because didn't know anything else. He didn't realize that he didn't know anything else but what he did in the past, and that it's not applicable. I think it's sometimes I don't know what it's called. And guys, maybe you can put it in the comments. There is, I think, a expert bias. A lot of times people think that because they are expert in one field, they can take that expertise to another field and apply it one-on-one. And sometimes that works with certain people, but a lot of times it doesn't. And in that case, it's fired back immensely. So you have to always be very careful about the knowledge you think you have, and always keep in mind that you might not know something, and have people that are expert in that field also be part of your team. They can warn you about certain situations. I mean, I've watched the majority of this interview, and also the documentary before, and you really see that people have warned him about um, obviously being over his head. Um, it wasn't. That's not. It's not his. This is not in his skill set. He might be a good coder, developer, and all that stuff, but back then, I don't know if it's now. Maybe has learned a couple of lessons since then. But it is quite obvious that you have to have the right team surrounding. You have to listen to the team, of course, as well.
Yeah. That's the most important part. Eh? We saw that in the Kanye West story. We saw that in the FTX story. These people, so both Kanye and Sam Bankman-Fried, Freed Fraud, had people around them with the knowledge, with the input, but they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to follow the. It's that's why they say your true friends are the ones that will tell you you're doing the wrong things in your face. And if you're surrounded by yes men, or as they call it nowadays, yes people, then for sure you're setting yourself up for failure.
It's a trap.
You need to be able to be open, put your ego aside, and let someone, listen to people, especially experts, especially people who has experience in doing things like that. And the thing is as well, you need to know what you don't know. That's the most powerful thing.
Yeah, it is true, man.
You need to know what
Know
you
your
don't.
skill set, bro.